Alright, today we're going to learn some more rules about the box method. These will go along with if you have double signs in a single box. For our last lesson we dealt with single signs. At this point, if you have not gone over the single sign lessons, you need to stop with this one and go over the single sign lessons first. Once you go over the single sign, then you'll be ready for the double sign, which is what we're doing today. Alright, we'll go ahead and continue with the double sign lesson. We are working under the same standards. Students will have an understanding of the concept of rational numbers and apply them to real-world situations. The strand we're looking at is still adding and subtracting. Now, much like the single sign lesson, the double sign lesson also has two rules of its own. They're very similar, but they are a little bit different. Rule 1 for double signs: if the signs are the same, your number is positive. Rule 2 for double signs: if your signs are different, your number will be negative. Again, rule 1 for double signs: if your signs are the same, your number is positive. Rule 2 for double signs: if your signs are different, your number will be negative. We will also be using the rules from the single sign lesson. Rule 1, if the signs are the same, add, keep the same sign. And Rule 2, signs are different, subtract, and keep the sign of the larger number. Alright, let's go ahead and look at some examples. Our first question is -2 plus a -6. We will also box these up. You box up your first term, -2, and now we're going to box up the plus -6. And again, once you box up your term, everything becomes a positive or a negative. So now we have -2 as a term and positive -6. As you see, now we have two signs in one box. We have positive -6. So now we have to go up to our double sign rules and see which one applies to this question. Well, if we look up there, I notice I have a positive and a -6. So they're different signs, so rule 2 is what we'll be looking at. Different signs, your number is negative. At this point, go ahead and write your -6 and box it up. So now we'll be looking at these two numbers, -2 and -6. Now you can see we have single signs in each box. So we go back to our single sign rules. In this case, they're both negative, -2, -6. Same add, keep the same sign. So we're going to add these together and keep the same sign. 2 plus 6 is 8. They're both negative, so my answer is negative. So I end up with a -8. Same process on the second one. Box up your first term. Box up your second. Replace again, our second term has a plus a negative, so we replace that with our -6. Box it up. Now we have two negatives again. Same signs, add, keep the same sign, so we end up with a -14. One more time for our addition problem. Box up our -7. Box up our plus a -4, which is now positive -4. Again, two signs in one box. We go up. These are different. Different is a negative number. So we end up with -4. We box it up. Now we have -7, -4. Same signs, add, keep the same sign. We end up with -11. Now let's move to our subtraction problems. Number 4. -3 minus a -4. Go through our boxing. Now we have -3, -4. So in this case, we have a -4. Our signs are the same. So we go up here to our double sign rules. If the signs are the same, your number is positive. So this box right here will now contain a +4. So we change it to +4. Now we have a -3 and a positive 4. Those are different. We go to our single sign rules. Signs are different. We subtract, keep the sign of the larger number. 4 is larger. 4 minus 3 is 1. 4 is larger, it's positive, so you end up with positive 1. Move on to the next. We box up our 7. Box up our minus negative 10. Again, we have two signs, negative, negative 10. They're the same. Same, you get a positive number. So our box is going to contain a positive 10. Now we have a positive 7, positive 10. We go to our single sign rules. Same add, keep the same sign. 7 plus 10 is 17. They're both positive, so we end up with a positive 17. Alright, and for the last one, we box up our negative 9, box up our minus negative 10, which is now negative negative 10. So go back up, same signs, positive number. So we're going to, in our box, we're going to have a positive 10. Now we go to our single sign rules. Negative 9, positive 10, negative and positive, they're different, subtract. 10 minus 9 is 1, keep the sign of a larger number. 10 is larger than 9, it's positive, so my answer is going to end up being positive 1. Alright, let's move on to the next page, and here are some examples for you. Here are the rules, double sign rules. Again, we'll go over those. The first rule for double signs, if signs are the same, your number is positive. Rule 2, if your signs are different, your number is negative. And I abbreviated this one, much like in the previous lesson with single signs, we abbreviated those. Rule 1, same equals positive number, different equals negative number. And since we're going to be using our single sign rules also, I'll have those here for you as well. Alright, I'm going to give you a minute. Right now I just want you to box each term and rewrite your new number for the double signs. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and give you a minute. Go ahead and box everything and replace your double sign number with your single sign. Just box. Don't worry about getting your answer. We'll go over that in a second. I just want to check to see if your boxes are correct and if you're able to change your double signs to a single sign number. Give you just a few more seconds. Try to go ahead and finish so we can check your boxes. Make sure you're boxing everything correctly. Alright, go ahead and stop, and we show you what the boxes should look like along with your replacement number. And go ahead and compare what you've done to what's on the screen. Your negative 4 is boxed, your plus a negative 8 is boxed, which becomes a negative 8. Your plus negative 7 becomes negative 7. Your plus negative 4 becomes negative 4. Your negative negative 7 becomes a positive 7. Your negative negative 8 becomes a positive 8. Your negative negative 11 becomes a positive 11. So again, make sure your boxes are correct and your new numbers are correct. All right, I'll give you one more minute. Now go ahead and answer the question. Remember, you're looking at your single sign rules now. We've changed everything from double signs to single signs. So now you're looking at same, add, different, subtract, and repeat it in your head as you go over each question. few more seconds. All right, hopefully you've finished coming up with your answers. All right, make sure you check your answers. And see if there's any questions. Make sure that you're making any notes of things that you need to work on. And hopefully you've had a chance to check your answers and your boxes. Go ahead and move to our ticket out the door. Go ahead and copy these down and work them out. Make sure you're boxing correctly and rewriting your double sign to a single sign number, and then going through your single sign rules. Alright, as you're completing that, hopefully this was helpful to you, and if you have any questions, make notes of them so we can work through them next time.